We are back. We are back. We are back. I think y'all are ready for us. We have another great episode today. This is probably coming out a day later than you all normally end up getting episodes. A lot of different things ended up coming up, and then we just got to this point. It's also kind of good because I'll be able to talk to you all through what's going on TV. I do have some sports bets that are out there. Yes, as you all can see, it's just me because the homie Steven at Steven_Springs had to go end up handling his in real life business. So it's not going to be as long as it normally is. This one is going to be focusing a lot on the finance and crypto. Then of course sports things happen as usual. But the main things are, I want us to tell everyone just thank you for always supporting us, listening to us, tuning into everything that we do. Other thing is I do have a Spaces coming up again on Monday, so make sure to end up tuning into that. The new time is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I changed that because I just started seeing a different audience that started listening at that time, so we'll do it. I kind of also plan to do it at the 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because Easy does his at 5, and of course, Shilling Villain does his at 6 or 7. I'm trying to see if I can tap into that audience a little bit before then, and then start to carry it over. My hope is maybe it's 3-part segue. I started, then the next people come on, because I know that work shift is a big thing. People get off at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. People get off at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So kind of looking at those different scopes and points of view, just starting to segue and highlight into everything within crypto and finance. So again, right now, if I am looking away at times, it is because I do have the Clippers and Golden State Warriors game on. So I'll give you guys updates probably on that. I need some good things. I'm not going to say the stuff I need because I'm very superstitious about some shit, but some of the players on one specific team, I need to ball out and handle their shit tonight. But if we look at crypto and stock market, a couple of things have happened. We did see a breakdown within ESPN wants to be the hub of all live sports. Figure that. We do see a big breakdown within all different sectors. So of course we see even today, the Dow futures was down. Bitcoin is in the 22,000 range when it was that 23, 24. People thought it was going to go up even more. I personally did start to put in longs. Those didn't work out the way I thought they would. So I was able to get out of some of them. I didn't even get into some of my NFT trades that I wanted to get into as well. I just kind of held for a second. But so yeah, that happened over there. Who are you looking for, Terrence? But yeah, that happened over there. The other thing is, so mortgage rates jump back over 7% as inflation fears drive yields higher. That's something that is going to be expected. Of course, we also are starting to see that they're predicting it's going to be a negative 2 to 3% over the next year or two. So that's something else to pay attention to as well. Biden's student loan forgiveness plan spurred these heated Supreme Court discussions. I really don't think you can continue to have the student loans when you have inflation, everything continuing just to shoot up. Yes, we do see there was a point in time when there was no interest and COVID was, but kind of right now, we do have to realize and see that COVID is starting to play a big impact now on the interest rates. We liked everything before, and now we're kind of seeing how things are. It's different. So we will. So yeah, I'm kind of in that camp of until the inflation and interest rates and the cost of all goods can go down, I don't think you can keep charging people their student loans. They don't have enough money. You see so many people that are in tough situations. We see the amount of people that are getting laid off. It is impacting a good amount of people. So we'll see what ends up happening. I know it's going to come back soon, and people are going to complain when it does come back. Who knows when that's going to be? I can foresee either the back end of this year or early next year, we're going to start having to pay student loans again for everybody that's out there. Salesforce, it says recorded best day since 2020. First of all, I don't really care about these whole one-day things when they say, oh, they recorded the best day, oh, they recorded the worst day. Stocks are still going to go up and down as it always does. So the one day is not going to be that impactful because if you got in today and you held, it might go down tomorrow. Then you lost all the gains that you just had today. It's going to continue to go up and down. Play for the long run. Don't just play for a day. Same thing with Tesla. Tesla is back under 200. So yeah, I think those are kind of the big stories over there. The other things I do want to touch on, just going into the NFT and crypto side, as I mentioned before, Bitcoin is sitting at 22,300, Ethereum is at 1,500, Binance is still at 290. As we continue going forward, just continue to pay attention to Binance. Binance is going to play an important part in all of this. Binance is still around, and they are one of the few at the top that are in this position. Whoa, OKX is up here. Where the hell did this jump come from? This is something I did not see happening. This is OKX coin. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's OKX. They jumped into the, where the hell did this? I guess it's slowly been running because it went from 20 in December to 50 right now. And that's kind of the big thing that we are going to see over the last 180 days. Since September of last year, it was sitting at $14, and now it shot up to at one point at 57. It has a market cap of 12 billion. We'll see. This one might end up being the other one that can hang around with Binance Coin. So in the top 10, of course, you have Dogecoin that's still there. Polygon is doing its thing, still up there. OKX is there. That's really impressive. The OKX coin, the OKB, is there, and then we also have Binance. So those are the two that are up there. I don't see any others. Avalanche is at $16. Uniswap is there in the top 20. So those are like your three main ones for you to just continue to pay attention to. Going over to, as they like to call it in the streets, the open seas, which is where a lot of your different crypto, a lot of your NFTs are going to be at. So we have Azuki that's at 14.87. Ethereum, Mamaguro is one that people were talking about. I heard that if you went in person, you were able to just kind of give them your seed phrase and then they give you a whitelist for it. But letting that load, it's currently at 0.74. Bad part is, I want to see what it ran up to. But bad part is it's at 0.749 right now. With it being at this point, and they're gonna have a reveal, that's a concern. It hit a high almost of 0.9 earlier today, so like this afternoon, it did hit 0.9. It started out the gate around like 0.7 and then went up to 0.9. So we'll see how this kind of goes. Big thing is reveal. It happens faithfully. When that reveal shit happens, it's going to drop. So if y'all are in it, just pay attention to that. Killer Bears is at 3.7. They've done a lot of Twitter promotion. I've seen them a lot. Moonbirds is up here twice. You have Moonbirds at 6.5. Moonbirds Oddities is at 1 Ethereum. Clonex is under 5. That's something that I think a lot of people were not expecting. Clonex is under 5. What else? Trending art. The Chex VV edition is still over 1. Genesis Box Doodles is at almost 0.2. I want to see some older collections that I used to be in and see where they're currently at. So the first one, World of Women, is at 1.95. They had a high of almost like 5 at one point. Another one, so people talk about the sewer passes. Let's see, sewer passes at 2.39. And a lot of people playing that game. I didn't play it. I just kind of didn't have the time to play their game. Low Pudgies are at 0.51. I remember seeing them at 0.5, so they are starting to retrace some. Where's another interesting one? Let's see. What is it? I guess Pudgy Penguins themselves. Pudgy Penguins are at 5.65. So they retraced under 6 again. And then going over to the other side, just so everyone can see what's been happening. I normally use Hyperspace. Some people use like Hello Moon. Some people use Soul Sniper. I love Soul Sniper too, so don't get me wrong about that. Ovals is sitting at 17.3. Planosaurus is at 32.7. DGOTS is still over 500, which is good. Utes is at 123, so they've been stable. OK Bears is at 44, ABC is at 69. I am looking at ABC. I do have to just pay attention to the pools that they have, but I am looking at ABC. Solana Monkey Business is at 187. They are questionable and concerning that they're at this point because they were sitting above 200 for so long. So much shit is going on between like HG acquiring them. Then you have, of course, what Solana Big Brain has been saying. Then you have the Solana Monkey Business. They're having their issues too. So I don't know the direction it's going to go. People have been calling for zero, but whenever people call zero, it doesn't go to zero. The other thing is Blocksmith is at 57. Ever since they canceled their beast, that kind of did play an impact on them. Another one that I'll let you all know about is Liberty. So Liberty Square and Super Keys are two. Liberty Square is at 12.1 right now. The other one is Super. They are at 3.67. They've still been falling. I hold one. I had two. I sold one. Other thing, Dust. That's been something I have had on my list for a minute too. Dust is at 2.14. I might end up selling my Dust because I don't have as much as others, but for my standards, I have a decent amount. Like right now, probably have like $500 worth of Dust, which is a moderate bag for me. I would say so. So who knows what'll end up happening there. But that's kind of the big things I wanted to touch on. I do have a Liberty Square. I said that. I am looking at little pudgies. I wouldn't pick up a pudgy penguin. That's like 5-6 ETH, like I said, which is pretty expensive right now. I want to let everyone know that there is no more dust that's going to be out in circulation. So that's another thing that people should continue to be aware of. And of course, they're still waiting on what's going to happen with Utes and DGOTs. When are they going to move over to the next exchange? I mean, to the new blockchains. DGOT is supposed to go over to Ethereum, and then also Utes is supposed to be going over to Polygon. We don't know when that's going to happen. Nobody's really been told when that's going to happen, but it's still supposed to happen. We haven't heard anything else. So that's kind of the goal of what'll be. The stocks that I have for you all today before I go over into the sports world of stuff, AT&T is one stock. Also, something for everybody out there. I don't get into tobacco stocks. It's just not for me. Although, yes, a lot of times those are doing well, but that's not for me. The first one is AT&T. They do have a dividend of 6%. The next one I have for you all is Pfizer. So their ticker is PFE. Their dividend is at 4%. And then Exxon is the final one that I have for you all. So looking at those are three ones that I would, not financial advice, of course, but I would recommend people looking into. And then I'll give you one other one, just another one that I hold. It's AbbVie, ticker is ABBV. And they're in the pharmaceuticals. They have a dividend of 4%. So those are kind of the main ones that I think for this week you all should pay attention to and put on your radar. Just going back over into the sports world of everything. First off, Nolan Smith ran a really good combine time. That was a really important thing that a lot of people were talking about. I'll see if I can bring it up for you all. He ran a 4.39.40, which is hella impressive for an edge rusher to end up running. He's 6'2", 238 pounds, and you ran a 4.39.40. That is really good. Other things that stood out, of course, the whole Jalen Carter thing was a big thing. Let's see, they used to always talk about the bench. That was like the big thing that everyone wanted to always bring up, and you don't really hear about that right now. The bench, I guess Nolan had the fastest out of all the people that did it so far. He ran a 4.39. Owen Papo from Auburn ran the same thing, a 4.39. Bench, nobody's done the bench yet. That's why it hasn't been talked about. Out of all, so the only ones that have gone so far are the edge rushers, linebackers, and DBs. Have they done the vertical? Yeah, they did do the vertical. Nolan Smith also had a vertical of 41.5, which again is another impressive stat to end up having. Second was Anthony Orji from Vanderbilt. He had a vertical of 38.5. Big thing is right now, and this is the same way how Byron Jones got on the map. He had a really nice vert on his, but so to see Nolan Smith with a 41.5 and then have a speed of 4.39 was good. Of course, I said Owen had a 4.39. Byron Young, edge rusher from Tennessee, had a 4.43. Trenton Simpson from Clemson had a 4.43. And then his Louisville had a 4.47. I don't even look at it. The top 10, you don't see any Bama players, which is crazy. I see some Oregon. I see Georgia, but the SEC is rocking it, though. Top three are all SEC. Then you have two ACC. Then you have SEC. Then you have Tulane, Oregon, Pac, then Northwestern, then Louisville. So two of Louisville's dudes are up here. They have their defensive end and they have their linebacker running in like the top 10, 15. So we are, of course, going to be throw when the running backs and wide receivers take the field, and even the tight ends, what they end up doing over there. So that's kind of the main thing. On that side, the other part is, so season tickets, I just want to let everyone know, I did not do anything yet with the Ravens, as everyone is also waiting. I'm just waiting to see what happens with Lamar Jackson. I really need to see if they keep Lamar Jackson, what they do with this whole franchise tag thing, how this all works out. That's kind of the big thing over there. I am going to do the Miami Dolphins this year. I'm also going to more than likely do the Kansas City Chiefs if everything works out. And then also the Los Angeles Chargers. So those are the main three. I will look into others. If any of you all have recommendations on one I should probably look into or do, I am always open to doing that as well. Just continuing on with this, just going over to March 7th, for everyone that thinks about the franchise tag, March 7th is a big day for them to end up determining what they're going to do with this franchise tag. Next thing is, so college basketball. Again, Purdue sucks, but college basketball is annoying. Purdue is losing 54-55. It's kind of early. Not really. They have 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. So take that for what you want. They should definitely have more. Damn, Mason Plumlee legit just ran down the middle of the lane. And I don't think they're going to let that go. That has to be some sort of call. It might be a charge. Who the hell knows? Because, yeah, that was some weird ass shit. Oh, yeah, that was a moving. He moved the whole time. Yeah, that's a moving pick. My man was just moving. UCLA is beating Arizona State 69-53. LeBron's going to be out at least 3 weeks. They say Steph Curry might come back on Sunday. So we'll see how that ends up turning out. Soccer, Barcelona did beat Real Madrid 1-0. People were not expecting that. People definitely thought it was going to be a high-flying affair and like a lot of points to be scored, and that did not happen at all. In double overtime, Illinois did beat Michigan, which is a big thing. Houston did withstand Wichita State. They end up winning 83-68, but at one point it was kind of a close game over there too. Finally, before we finish up, I do have to give flowers out to Damian Lillard, aka Dame Dollar. He did put up 71 points. My man was going ham. My man was going stupid. My man was insane that night. 71 points. 71? 71. He just was out of this world, like was unconscious. But mad props to him. 71 points. All the credit in the world. Go ahead, Dame. Handle your business, handle your shit. You got it clearly. But 71 over there. Other than that, that's really going to be it for today. Just wanted to keep it short and sweet and to the point. We are getting closer to March Madness. That's a big thing. We have some great games coming up. Of course, on Saturday you have Giannis and you have Joel Embiid. So I want to see what ends up going on with those two when they play because they always have battles. You have the Joker and then you have Ja Morant playing tomorrow. So who knows? That might be triple-double affair over there. Other than that, we'll catch you on next week. Super excited for that. We definitely will be putting out our brackets as well. I'll have questions. We'll have comments. We'll have thoughts. We'll have everything come next week. But until next time, Hail Shifty, Hayes, be out.